Hello gang, and welcome to Displaying Model Behavior, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. There's a whole bunch of nerdy news which you need to know about, so let's talk about it. Oh, hot diggity dog, this looks pretty cool. So Gong Studios, who did the amazing Kingdom Come Superman that I am still looking at with my peepers on the other side of the studio. So good. They're moving up in the timeline, and they're tackling Hush Batman, and this looks pretty nice. I gotta say, we're getting one from LPZZ as well, so some of the big guns are tackling the big gun. So here we've just got some promotional images. No further word on when it's going to be available or how much it's going to cost. I'm willing to bet the best part of $100 most likely. But he's got the unmasked head, he's got a couple of weapons, the batarang, the grapple hook, some different hands as well. But really, it's going to come down to whether or not you just like that Gong style. It looks like the body looks straight up like the Superman one, for better and for worse. What I really love about the Superman is that his costume, it clings to the body really tight. Doesn't look like a sock at all. It looks brilliant. The abs and the chest, they really do show through. A downside to that slightly is that the sculpt on the legs, the thighs, it looks kind of segmented, and that really shows through as well. For Batman, though, I don't think that's so bad because it kind of makes sense that he would have armor on under his costume. So having what looks like plates over his thighs, that's not so bad. For Superman, I didn't quite vibe with it, but for Batman, that could actually be, not a flaw, but a feature. And yeah, when this comes out and is available, I'm going to be letting you know, because to me, he looks pretty good. This episode is brought to you by Legendsverse. For all of your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs, go check out Legendsverse, click the link in the description below, and tell them Model Behavior sent you. Oh my goodness, would you take a look at this guy? Courtesy of V-Toys, we've got, a couple of names for him. There's Gravity Garden, which I don't know is maybe the name of a franchise that he's from. Dave's going to have to go on the Google machine and find out, because this is also listed as the Silvermoon Knight. Now, if they hadn't thrown out Gravity Garden, I would have thought, is this a Dark Souls thing? Looks very Dark Souls Bloodborne. But maybe it's a different franchise, maybe it's something new. As I said, when I'm doing the edit, I'll put in a little bit of due diligence as well, see if there's an origin to this, or, maybe a character that this is a spiritual recreation of, if you will, but possibly legally distinct. Say no more. But what I can say is that he looks beautiful. I mean, really, V-Toys, I know they're just promo images, so you can't always acquiesce to what the finer points of the details will be, but just looking at this, looking at the armor, the way it tessellates, the way the character moves, the reasonable looking poses that you can get this guy in, plus the actual hair coming off the back as well. Bit of mixed media, you gotta love that. It looks super pretty, and it's in 1/12 scale, the good Lord scale. So I like what I'm looking at. I enjoy a little bit of sword and sorcery, and that's what this guy is. Don't know where you can pick him up from though yet. Again, gonna do some due diligence. I would check the usual places: 5K Toys, Ami Ami, Bon Busby, Hong Kong Toy Box. That's a good one as well. And if you know any other good recommendations for import sites, comment below and let me know. But just from looking at these pictures, I think he's going to be worth tracking down if you enjoy your knights and monsters and, sword and sorcery type characters. It looks like he's going to be a pretty amazing addition. Hot Toys are giving us quite an impressive set to mark the release of Predator Badlands, which I actually went to see last night. So we're getting Dek and Thea. I always forget the android's name, but we got them together with Dek wearing Thea as his little novelty backpack. Guys, in the comments, what did you think about Predator Badlands? I enjoyed it, but also thought I don't need to ever see it again or really think about it much either. It was an entertaining 1 hour, 40 minutes, which honestly, in this day and age, I'm happy to get. So I like what they're doing, taking the Predator in a different direction. Because, I know some people were upset that, the Predator is the protagonist in this one, and you lose the mystique of the character. But at the same time, this is the 9th Predator film in total, give or take. you got to start trying some new and different things. And honestly, I kind of liked it. I'm still not a fan of the Predator redesign, but you know what? I got used to it. I got used to it. It wasn't a perfect movie, but I had a good time with it. And these figures, it's Hot Toys, so you know that they're going to look like literal perfect recreations of what you saw on screen. The only thing holding you back might be a budget, so I imagine these ain't going to be cheap. But hey, awesome badass figures rarely are. Now for a slightly older, more classic movie, Rocky IV, Ivan Drago. I must break you. What's his name? Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren. Wow, just a little brain fart there. It's funny, the reason I was distracted was because I was thinking about the interesting facts about Dolph Lundgren. The main one being, like, he's kind of a genius scientist in real life. I don't know what his qualifications are, but he's got like a doctorate in physics or chemistry or something. The dude is like crazy smart, and in the 80s built like a brick hit house. And that's what he turned Rocky into, was a hit house in Rocky IV. Yeah, it was Rocky IV. I keep wanting to say Rocky V, but that was the one with Tommy the Machine Gun. A lot of people dump on Rocky V. It had some okay bits. That's as far as I'll go. So higher toys, 1/12 scale, or is it 1/18? Let me double check. Yes, 1/12, the good Lord scale once again. Ivan Drago looking like a badass. I do love the fact that in the movie, like, Rocky IV was the ultimate conglomeration of every Rocky trope. It was the montages, the rock music, the training, the super American good guy against the super Soviet bad guy. What a time to be alive. So this one's going to be $99.99. We'll call it $100 if you will. I like that he comes with the ring and the diorama as well. You got the soft goods too. It's a nice looking set. Should be releasing around about Q4 of next year. So you've got a bit of a wait, but hey, I'm sure it'll be worth it. Now this is kind of cool, and it gets me thinking about potentially cooler things. So we got 3-0 showing off their Miles Morales upgraded suit from Spider-Man 2, and that makes me think, I wonder if they'll do a Venom, because that would be pretty amazing. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not assuming they will do, but they did a fantastic Peter Parker Spider-Man. So now we're getting Miles. So we got the two Spider-Men from Spider-Man 2. Miles looks great. You know, if you've got the Marvel Legend, this is definitely an upgrade. It's an upgrade in price as well. I'm not just saying like, oh, well, this one's nicer than the Marvel Legend. Well, of course it is. It's going to cost a lot more money. But then you've got a lovely looking textured suit, great looking articulation, the raised webbing and the details, very nice. The picture of the two Spider-Men together, woo! That's pretty good looking there. What I'm saying is, if they could do a big chonky honking Venom to go with them, because it's not outside of 3-0's wheelhouse. I mean, they make, you know, huge big Transformers and all kinds of stuff. So they got the tools to make a big character. And dang it, if they made a Spider-Man 2 Venom, that could look pretty amazing. In the meantime, though, we got Peter and Miles. That's a pretty good start. Higher toys are giving me one of my favorite Godzillas from one of my favorite Godzilla movies, from one of my favorite Godzilla eras. We're getting Burning Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Destroyer from 1995. I love that movie. I was talking earlier about how Rocky IV was all the best of Rocky. This was the best of Godzilla. Amazing kaiju action and such a great devilish bad guy for Godzilla to go up against. So this is Godzilla from the end of the movie, where he's literally melting down. Like there's the radioactivity, it's all a bit much, but it looks spectacular. One problem I have with Godzilla figures is that as much as I love the character, he's just so dark, you know, so he just looks like a bit of a blob on the shelf. But this, you've got the radiation searing through his body, so it looks so much brighter. You can really appreciate it. This, good-looking figure. Higher toys. I'm very impressed with this one. Let me see. Do I have a release date and price? That is the question. We do. The price is actually not too shabby. It's going to be $60 and kind of like the Rocky figure, going to be released around about Q4 of next year. We got a few Thundercats that have just been revealed and will be available early next year. So a couple of these kind of new looking characters to me. So let me just lock in and make sure I get these right, because they're a MOTU crossover. Not just Thundercats, but they're doing the mashup. Everyone's mashing up with everyone recently, and honestly, I don't mind. I love a good mashup. So in this case, we're going to be getting the MOTU Origins King Randor. So that is just straight up MOTU King Randor. No mashing required. Then after that, we got the new MOTU Thundercats ones. So that's going to be Lion-O. I don't know who he's mashed up with though. I mean, like He-Man would make sense, but he's got the. Is that like He-Man, like the next generation of He-Man? What was it called? I forget, but there was the second one. Maybe it's that. And there's version 2 of Panthro, who clearly has the Man-at-Arms armor going on there. And then the one I really like is the Panther Man, so more of an anthropomorphized version of Skeletor's Panther. So these are going to be between $22 and $25 and should be available around about January of next year. So not too long to wait. This is kind of fun. We've got a new Kickstarter that's about to launch. This is from a group called YHS Podcast. I'm not familiar with them, but they're getting some traction on the various toy sites, so I thought I'll cover them as well, because they are making what looks like a pretty cool fun line, or at least one figure to start with. We got a Kickstarter for Cryptids. So we've got this Mothman looking character here. Looks kind of fun. So according to the information I've got, it says that they expect to launch around about spring of next year. And you can check out some of these pictures right here of their first reveal, which is Mothman the Prophet. Looks kind of whimsical and sort of fantastical, like sort of cool badass, but also kind of cute and cuddly as well. Overall, I'm kind of digging what I'm looking at here. And Cryptids, we're getting some more exposure. Loose Collector doing Cryptid type characters. 4 Horsemen had a Cryptid, and now we're getting these more bright, colorful, animated looking ones. And genuinely, I like the look of these. I'm gonna follow this Kickstarter quite closely. SH Figure Arts are dipping their toe into the Clone Wars now. I think that's the final part of the Star Wars multimedia franchises that they haven't really tackled yet. And actually, my goodness, Dave. No, that's not even close. I mean, there's an infinite number of different Star Wars medias and outlets and franchises they could cover. Well, Clone Wars is their next one. I had to correct myself there, because otherwise I knew people would be in the comments like, Dave, you do realize they haven't even touched on the Blingle-Dong book trilogy. All right, I know. So we're getting Ahsoka, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. I do enjoy, I appreciate how they incorporated like the clone armor into the Jedi robes. It was kind of fun, like you sort of see this way of the Sith and the I'm trying to say Confederacy. It's not the Confederacy, the Empire. There you go, the Galactic Empire. You can see it kind of like literally worming its way into the side of democracy. I kind of dig that. There are some good things in those prequels. I'll be the first to admit it. Even if it's not my cup of tea, there's gold in them there hills. So I don't think we have any further information besides coming soon. But hey, there you go. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you might want to start saving some money now. Well, this is kind of fun and unusual. We've got a new company, or I say a new company, it's a new company to me, tackling some DC characters here, or at least one. So we've got DC Classic. This is Mera, of course, from Aquaman. And this has been licensed by Toysea. Also brackets Yanyi Culture. I guess that might be the other name that they operate under. So this has been, a collaborative effort with them and Warner Brothers. And so they have done already. They've done Wonder Woman, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn. So this is apparently the last release of Phase 1. How am I just discovering these now? I don't know how Wonder Woman, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn completely passed me by, but here we are. Model behavior, a day late and a buck short. And they've gone for this kind of cybernetic look for the seahorse that she's going to be riding. And honestly, I kind of dig that. I kind of like that. So no further word from what I can see as to when this is going to be available or where it's going to be available from. Probably more of those import sites. But as a fun, unusual curiosity, I kind of dig it. Now I got to go look up the Wonder Woman, Catwoman, and Harley Quinn. See what I've been missing all this time. And to wrap up the news for today, we're going to be covering the weekly comic book top 10. These are the best-selling comics for this week. So in the number 10 spot, we've got Predator Badlands, issue number 1. This is the prequel to the movie that's currently out. Then, in the number 9 spot, it's Spider-Man and Wolverine, issue number 7. After that, we're sticking with Marvel, going back into time with 1776, issue number 1. There are some fun character redesigns in that. Then, in the number 7 spot, it's Amazing Spider-Man Torn, issue number 2. Then, the number 6 spot, it's Spider-Man Noir, issue number 2. Spidey getting some good representation this week. At the number 5 spot, DC makes their first appearance with Batman Static Beyond, issue number 1. Then back to Marvel at the number 4 spot with Ultimate Wolverine, issue 11. At the number 3 spot, we've got Fantastic Four, issue number 5. Then, at the number 2, it's Transformers, issue number 26, continuing Robert Kirkman's new arc. And then in the number 1 spot, sitting at the top, it's Batman, issue number 162. The Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee team still going strong. I look forward to reading that myself at some point. And folks, that does it for the weekly comic book top 10. And if you enjoy comics, be sure to follow me on Whatnot. You can buy some from me. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. If you want to go one step beyond in supporting this channel, well, you can do by getting yourself a channel membership. By getting one of those, you get to, well, you get to support me making more episodes. And also, you get to have your name in green when I do my live streams, which is a lot more often now. Right now, I'm 3 for 3. 3 days, 3 live streams, and I want to keep that streak going as well, because sometimes you don't know what you've missed until you start doing it again and you're like, oh my goodness, this is what's been missing. Yeah, the live streams. I've missed you guys. So the last 3 days of doing that has been so much fun. So gang, thank you for all your support, and I look forward to seeing some of you in the live streams. So yeah, I'll see you then. It's a weird finish. All right, until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time.